Hustlers on Prince Miller Entertainment TV. Remember guys to like, share, comment and follow and turn on the notification bell so that you won't miss any of our new uploads that we do upload on this channel each and every day, each and every hour. Today is the 28th of June 2022. And so guys, the Reserve Bank of Zimbabwe, RBZ, says it will introduce gold coins as part of measures to provide investors and the general public alternative means to preserve value and hedge against the negative impact of resurgent inflation in the economy. According to RBZ, the gold coins that will be minted at the Fidelity Gold refineries will be available through normal banking channels. Gold is considered a safe haven against periods of turmoil, especially inflation increases, and the gold coin is made mostly or entirely of gold, while most gold bullion coins are pure gold. Studies show that gold has outperformed the inflation rate and reduced the risk by a considerable margin. Most gold coins minted are 90 to 92% gold, 22 karat. Popular bullion coins include the American eagle, the Canadian maple leaf, the South African Kruger rand, the Isle of Man gold kit, the Australian kangaroo, and the China mint panda bear. The proposition has the potential to have a stabilization effect on the economy if conducted properly, given the stability and value associated with gold. Zimbabwe's inflation increased to 191.6% and 30.7% on a year-on-year and month-on-month basis for June 2022 respectively, which is far astride from government projection of achieving 30% inflation rate by end of the year. In a statement yesterday, RBZ Governor Dr. John Manguja said the Monetary Policy Committee MPC had noted the increase in inflation with concern, as it was stifling consumer demand and confidence, and undesirable position that is the potential to derail economic strides attained in the economy over the past 2 years. The Monetary Policy Committee MPC resolved to introduce gold coins into the market as an instrument that will enable investors to store value. The gold coins will be minted by Fidelity Gold Refineries Private Limited and will be sold to the public through normal banking channels, said Dr. Manguja. Other interventions planned by the Apex Bank include increasing the bank policy rate from the current 80% to 200% per annum as a way of reducing the money supply in the country, while the medium-term accommodation interest rate increased from 50% to 100% per annum. The central bank policy rate, SPPR, is the rate that is used by the central bank to implement or signal its monetary policy stance and provides an indicator of the minimum level of lending rates for banks. The central bank has also increased the minimum deposit rate for local currency savings to 40% per annum from 12.5%. Time deposit minimum rate for Zimbabwean dollar was increased to 80% annum from current 25% to provide the flow of foreign currency in the economy, along with fine-tuning the foreign exchange market willing buyer, willing seller arrangement. He said the export rotation threshold would remain the same. The MPC resolved to maintain the current export rotation threshold across the various sectors of the economy, and that 25% of the unutilized export receipts shall be liquidated at the willing buyer, willing seller exchange rate after 120 days from the date of receipt of the export proceeds, he said. Zimbabwe National Chamber of Commerce Chief Executive Officer Christopher Mugaga said the introduction of gold coins by the RBZ was a reflection that the central bank was actively looking for ways to turn the raging inflation abate, being a convenience measure. Gold coins are a convenience measure, not a fundamental measure, and we believe central bank is trying by all means to align its policies with realities on the ground. What we hope and need is for the fiscal side to continue to maintain discipline, not creating a war which will be difficult to fill, because the only way to do with that war will be monetizing a process we know will lead to the printing of money, which we should not do. On the stance to increase the bank policy rate, Mr. Mugaga said the central bank was doing all it could to curb the rising inflation, which has been fueled mainly by arbitrage and speculative behavior. The central bank is just trying to be as realistic as possible given the real dynamics in the economy by adjusting the interest rates upwards. They're just trying to tame the arbitrage and realign the economy alongside all other sectors of the economy outside the monetary sector. I think the Arab budget is alive to the realities regarding the inflation outlook, which is quite grave in the short term. Inflation numbers are facing upwards and interest rates is where it all begins, he said. Economics Professor Gift Mungano said gold coins would be a positive move given that pressure is spent on buying US dollars for hedging will be minimized given that individuals or companies will have an alternative commodity to store their monetary value in. The introduction of the gold coins looks like a good instrument which can be used to mop money supply, because we are assuming that there is a lot of money on the market. So people, instead of buying foreign currency, they will buy gold coins, and in that way you avoid speculation and rise in US dollar terms because of that new currency that requires clarity on the pricing regime, said Professor Mugaga. However, he said an increase in bank policy rate, despite being inhibitive to speculative borrowing, was inflationary, particularly to productive sectors, as they will understandably factor in the cost of loans. Increase of bank loans rates is inflationary. It is a given that it will reduce speculative borrowing, but the cost which comes with it is inflation, because if I am a legitimate borrower and I want to do production, I will have a cost push inflation coming on the back of that interest rate. We have to bear with inflation coming out of the increase in bank policy rates. And so guys, that's the latest here regarding to nyaya gold coins atunzwa pa social media ari kutenderera munhu wese kuti ane zvema gold coins, and instead of buying my US dollar, you can now buy my gold coins is to be sold ku bank. And yes, so we're gonna be keeping you guys in the loop regarding to these gold coins, and they'll be available through normal banking channels. And so it's another way that Arab budget is doing to try to curb inflation and to restore investors confidence. And so investor ngoya ongotenga ma gold coins ake and kutoti restore value yake ye mari yake yanenge aya nayo, kana ada kudzokera anongotengesa ma gold coins aya back because anenge achine value kudhara, and ongokwanisa kuti se kutora mari yake oenda zvake. And so munozona se ngatitaure in the comment section. This is Zimbo Hustlers on Prince Miller Entertainment TV, but not all social media are happy about this. So someone else see that that's nonsense. You trick us. Last time Pamaka introduced some bond coin, we end up takushandisa ma bond. Imagine now $100 yenyu haisi kukwana 50 cents, so coin nderei. And mwari kuti the only way to go is political remedy, then there will be confidence in economy. And ari kuti aiwa timochange magarisa nyaya ye-political fundamentals kuti tikwanise kutaura nezveeconomy. Otherwise, as long as the political situation iri zvayairike, hatimbofata kaita ball kunyaya dzemari idzi. And mwari kuti I don't trust anything with ZANU PF DNA. We better check those coins first. And are you telling the nation and the world that it took 42 years for the ZANU PF government to know all what you have said about gold? If so, how long will it take from them to issue the coins? And gold plated plastic. And how much is one gold coin? Since it's in the hands of the junta, how do we know it's not plastic covered with the gold color? And the gold look like coated coin. ZANU icha one repi gold kupa vanhu emika itaimushe ngawe timape vana vatambise. And ndomwe mwari kuti hazvishandi, waste of time. And pakaipa hanzi udofo hwacho hwanyanya, tax shop economy. Most people are not convinced about what other business have introduced nyaya dzema gold coins. So we're gonna keep you guys in the loop here on Prince Miller Entertainment TV. You're listening, you're watching to Zimbo Hustlers. Yes, kwani ma gold coin are kuintroduce kwa manje, just like a South African krunga rand area. And yes, arine value kana mshopu naro kuna lari vanochinja kana kuti gold vai. Yes, unokosa poa mari, but vanenge vada kuona certificate kuti wewe wakarona kupi iroro guruga rand avangongochinjira. And so we hope that there will be a certificate given to those people vanenge vanenge vachitenga ma gold coins aya kuti aone kunzi Joshua ari legit. And so this is Zimbabwe Hustlers on Prince Miller Entertainment TV. Remember, guys, to like, share, comment, and follow.